My father put an 8-pound iron mask on my mother. Once the latch clicked, she couldn't speak again. He did it to shut her up and claim me as his. That day, my mother was giving me a bath. My father suddenly pushed the door open and walked in. I froze and held myself tight. But that was only the beginning. He was my father, yet he made me bathe him. My mother tried to stop him. He beat her instead. He watched me change clothes. My mother caught him in the act. She yelled that I was his daughter. He got furious and struck her again. Later, he took her to the blacksmith. He forced her to wear a custom iron mask. That morning, he walked into the church and preached his truth in God's name. He said wives must obey and husbands must punish. My mother wore the iron mask and took everyone's scorn, but she couldn't make a sound.
Why do you let him do this? I'll never be like you. This is no way to live. I'd rather die first.
Until the day she couldn't take it anymore and left us for good. My father showed no sadness and only hurled harsher insults at the body. He said she would suffer God's punishment after death. No one dared to step closer. I looked at my mother and couldn't hold back my tears. I stared at him and swore I'd get away from him. In the days after, I kept looking for a chance. 2 injured strangers collapsed by the pig pen. My heart softened, so I pulled them into the house and hid them in the pig pen. One man bandaged his wound through the pain and kept thanking me. The other man's eyes were like my father's, a nasty grin on his face. He kept cursing at me and made me sick. The next day I brought them food. One man grabbed his bowl, said he felt sick, and ran to the outhouse. The other man saw his chance and told me to fetch a rope. He hid behind the outhouse and slipped a loop through. While the first man wasn't looking, he tightened the loop. The man died on the spot. I stood in the doorway and watched him lose his life by the rope. At that moment, she learned to resist. The next day, my father brought me to the church. He said I would become his wife. He forced my mother's mask onto me. A man pointed a gun at the pastor and forced him to hand over the iron mask's key. He hesitated, and my father grabbed his hand and flipped the situation. That man ended up dead by my father's gun. I froze. He grabbed my legs and dragged me into the mud. I yelled that I would kill him. That naked defiance would only push me towards something far worse.